Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel, to all the different videos I've done on different topics. I hope that you guys are enjoying them, that you're learning from them and growing from them. In this video, I wanted to do something interesting. I received a really fascinating email from this individual called Zahava Friedman. I hope it's all right to share your name. I just found it fascinating what she shared with me in that email. I'm not going to read the email out because it might be a little personal, but the gist of the question that she was asking me was, she's young right now, younger, I think in her 20s, and she's fine being alone right now, and she understands what I'm speaking about when I say that, INFJs are fine being alone and being on their own. Relationships are kind of a little bit troublesome sometimes. And so she's fine with being alone right now because she is, as she said, she's young and she has friends, she's busy, everything is fine. But she does worry about having regret when she's older. She did ask me the question, what happens when we get older? When we are in our 50s or 60s and we're thinking about the fact that it would have been better if we had been in a romantic relationship or a partnership when we were younger, because now we wouldn't be alone anymore. She asked a couple other things as well, but I'm going to answer this question specifically because it's actually something that comes up for me all the time. And so Zahava, I don't think you are alone in that conundrum, in that paradox that we are. We are a contradiction, right? And so we love being in a relationship, we hate being in a relationship. We love people and we hate people, right? And so all of this to say that I deal with this doubt, this doubt all the time, because I love who I am as I am right now. I love being by myself, single, alone, not lonely, but alone, and in this world right now. I just absolutely love my life. I love everything about it. It's just perfection, right? But then I do see people in relationships and sometimes wonder, would it be interesting to be in a relationship? Would it be nice? Maybe I should try it out. And I go on a dating website, and as soon as I do that, I'm instantly like, no, I don't want to be with anyone. I like being alone. But anyways, that's another side story. But it is that doubt is profoundly present in all of us, all of the INFJs, single or not single, right? If we are in a relationship, we doubt it because we are like, oh, I wish I was not in a relationship. I wish I was single. If we are single, we're like, maybe it would be nice if we were in a relationship. Now, I don't think this is just an INFJ thing, but I'm going to obviously speak from an INFJ perspective. I always feel like regret is a two-sided coin, if that two-sided sword. Anyways, it's a two-sided thing because, of course, I will have regrets. There are 100 things I'll have regrets about in the future. But in this moment in time, as it stands right now, I am so happy to be as I am, single and happy and alone, that I don't think I want to worry about what's going to happen in the future. Right? I don't want to ruin what I have in this present moment in time, my beautiful, amazing life. I don't want to ruin what I have right now, what happiness I have garnered for myself. I don't want to ruin it because I'm wondering about what might happen in the future. Right? I don't want to be like, oh, well, maybe when I'm 65, I'm going to be alone on my deathbed by myself because I did not get into a relationship when I'm 35 or 30 or whatever, right? That kind of thinking, it really doesn't make any sense to me, because why worry about something that might not even happen? You might not even get to your 65 years of age. You might be dead tomorrow. Now, I hope you're not, obviously. I hope you live a long, long life. But that's basically the essence of it. Why worry about something that might happen in the future, might happen in the future, because you're never sure what will actually even happen in the future. Some of the things that one of my INFJ friends said was really, really, really interesting to me in this regard was that, you never know what might happen in the future. And also, the world is changing so fast right now that because the divorce rate is so high, it's like 50 to 60% right now, it means there are going to be a lot of interesting individuals available, interesting male, female individuals available after the divorce in the future, which means that, okay, if I just take my example, I'm 35 right now and I'm single, but if I worry about the fact that, I'm 35, I'm never going to find anyone, I have to find someone right now, well, not really, because all of those people who are in relationships right now, who are married right now, terrible thing to say, but half of them are going to be divorced by the time they're 40, 45. And so when I get to that age, there's going to be an abundance of people for me to choose from. Is it a pessimistic way of looking at it? I don't know. I think it's really interesting because it's true. You know, in the future, the world is going to be a completely different place. I think singledom is going to be actually the way for people to go, and there's going to be lots of singles communities, lots of singles travels, a lot of singles places, like to just live and be single on your own, and to meet people who are as well single, who want to be single, who just want to stay single, but perhaps want to have a side relationship or something like that. The world itself is changing so fast, right? And so in the future, as I said, there's going to be so many differences in the way people live their lives. Perhaps marriage as a institution itself is going to completely disintegrate, and perhaps you will have relationships, polyamorous relationships, or you will be in a traditional relationship, but because you are, as an INFJ, an old soul, and it takes you a little bit of time to develop and to learn and to mature, that maybe it's actually better for you to be with someone who has gone through a relationship, divorced, and then met you, right, in their 40s or 50s. I would actually prefer that, because that person would have matured and learned about themselves and really grown as an individual, and that's the kind of person I would want to be with rather than a 20-year-old, unless that's just for sex, right? And so, as I said, things are changing too fast for us to pinhole and say, this is how it's going to be. I'm going to spend the rest of my life alone. I'm going to be single, and I'm going to die alone with a bunch of cats surrounding me, and then the cats are going to eat me and things like that, you know. Like, instead of worrying about that kind of stuff, really realize that we are lucky to live the life that we are leading right now. And if you do like your single life right now, as in your 20s or in your 30s or 40s, whatever it might be, if you do like it, then why are you worrying about something that might or might not happen in the future, right? It might happen, it might not happen. You might be dead, you might be alive. You might have someone you might meet tomorrow, you might not meet someone tomorrow, you might meet someone and then divorce them. You might get married and then have a bunch of kids and then live happily ever after. There's so many, there's millions of different possibilities of how your life is going to turn out. And so Zahava, who this video is basically for, I hope that you don't focus too much on the future. I know that we as INFJs are future oriented, and we want to plan everything, and we want to make sure that we have, you know, a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, a 20-year plan. But as a older INFJ, I've realized that really these plans are absolutely useless, because the universe itself or the world itself has a plan for us, and it always changes what we think might happen. And so as an individual, for you, you might imagine that you are single right now and you're going to be single for the rest of your life. And you might perhaps feel bad about that, but who knows what's going to happen in the future, right? It might turn out that you might get into a relationship sooner rather than later. Or you might realize that you don't want to be in a relationship and you're happy as you are. But do not ruin this moment in time, right now, that you are happy. Do not ruin it because you are worried about something that might happen in the far, far, far away future. It doesn't make any sense ruining what we have right now for something that might or might not happen. Again, I've said that several times because I want you guys to remember this. I want you guys to understand and realize it, that we do this all the time. You know, we ruin something that we have in the hand for something that we might get in the future, right? I'd rather have, one pigeon or sparrow in the hand than 2 later or something. I have no idea. There's some phrase like that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyways, stop that. So basically that's the essence of what I would tell you, Zahava. And I know perhaps this is a very abstract way of looking at it. Perhaps I should have been like, no, get into a relationship right now because you're going to regret it. But I do want to give you my parents' example as a ending thing. My parents did everything right. You know, they're amazing, really good people, and they lived a very traditional life. So they got married, they had kids, they worked really, really hard, really, really hard. They still work really hard, and then they retired, and now they are in their 60s. My mom's in her 50s, my dad's in his 60s. They have a big age difference between them, which is very typical from Indian relationships, Indian marriages. But now they're alone, right? I mean, I am here, far away from them, and all their kids are living away from them. They're obviously living in their own condos in Toronto, my brother and sister, and they are by themselves in their home. Now, I'm not saying that I want my brother and sister to live with them, and they didn't expect that either, but they did everything right, and they're still alone. Now, they are with each other, but they are still alone, and because they have this idea in their head that they wanted all of their kids to live with them or to be near them or to visit them once a week, which is absurd, they have this weird idea in their head. Now they feel so alone and depressed about life, which is terrible. I shouldn't laugh about it, but that's what it is. You could do everything right. Everything right. They did everything right, and they're still alone. And so it doesn't make any sense for you to sacrifice your present moment for something that you might not even have in the future. And that's what they did. They sacrificed everything in the present moment for something that they hoped to garner in the future, but they did not get it, right? Now they're learning and relearning how to be by themselves and to be alone, but it's taking them a long time to learn that. And I know that for us as an INFJ, because we're so used to being alone, we're so used to being on our own and to entertaining ourselves and to just doing our own thing, being obsessed with our obsessions, that I know that even if I am in my 60s or 70s, I am going to be able to entertain myself really well by myself, even if I'm by myself. Even if I have no friends at all, I'll still be able to entertain myself. Now, I don't want to be negative and say that you can never make friends after you're 25. People always say this for some reason. I have no idea why. I've always been told, oh, once you turn 35, you're never going to be able to make any friends, or you're never going to meet anyone. And I think to myself, I'm always meeting people. I'm always meeting really amazing, cool individuals that become good friends of mine. Not only that, I'm always meeting interesting men who are fascinating and intelligent and mature. And if I was interested in a relationship, we could even get into one. But I always feel really horrified when people think that after a certain age, you're never going to make any friends or you're never going to meet anyone. It's absolutely false. It's absolutely false thinking. False. All right? So again, Zahava, I hope this helped. I hope that I was able to answer your question. If I didn't, then let me know. Message me and I will maybe expand on it or answer your question. But I hope I did. And if you have any other questions, anyone, please let me know. I always read all of my emails. I only answer my emails once or twice a week though, because I have a really strict schedule with the way I do things. And so if I take a couple of days to answer your emails, don't worry, I'm going to answer your email. It'll just be when I have actually batched it out. So I actually have a schedule for it. And I do it twice a week, twice or 3 times a week, depending on how many emails I get. Again, if you have any questions, all my contact information is in the description below, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.